Hello, hi, how are you today? In today's video, I want to talk to you about changes to women while they're ascending and how we actually can suffer from low testosterone, kind of what it does. Hi, I'm Patricia. Welcome to my channel. I'm located in the Chicago area and this may be familiar to you. So I just want to kind of give you a heads up here. I know a lot about how women's menstrual cycles wind down, but a lot of the biochemical processes, your hormonal imbalances, and how you can fix it by doing your twin flame body work. So let's get into it right now. So, if you are starting to feel some of this, you might feel older than your age. You might feel like a youngish woman, like 20s, 30s, something like that, and yet you feel weird, like your energy is flagging and kind of like diminishing. You can feel like a sudden movement makes your tendons tear, and it's a sensation. You have nerve pain, you have lower hips, feet, ankles, knees. Now, some of these can also be childhood injuries, childhood teen injuries. Like you might say, well, I did sprain my ankle. Okay, but here's the issue: when it doesn't get better, you can address it metaphysically through energy healing work and also be able to, incorporate your medical and your physio with that. We do that. We do a lot of movement. I have the table here and we move things on the table. We move things in the studio, in the classes. So your joints and your tendons hurt. Your sleep is weird. You're waking up at night and you're hot and sweaty. You feel like your brain is a little bit foggy. You feel like you're really cold, chilled to the bone. Here's something to know about the chilled to the bone. Masculine energy exists inside the marrow of the bones, and as it expands, it's kind of like, putting something in, like, let's say, corkscrew. You screw it in, you start to pop it out, it starts to come out. And when your temperature warms up, this is the feminine energy reaching down, grabbing the masculine, and getting it up in the body where it needs to be or out to surface level. Now, these things may happen passively, but it's not 100%, which is why you're required to be proactive about it. Some of the other things are low T and wonky estrogen. Okay. And the kicker is this: sometimes these things do not show up on your blood test or your chemical test, right? Your hormonal test. They'll tell you you're within a range, but you're feeling it. And that is the key. If you're feeling it, it really is time to work on your ascension with me, because a lot of times your medical team is going to be there to check you and make sure there's not something worse or that something's way off. Because if the molecules are there, chances are it will show up in your blood work. What's that? You don't like to get tested? You have to stop with the idea that somehow your medical team is going to know about ascension. They didn't study it. In fact, a lot of people are just not studying it for themselves. I have written 8 books about it. I have created 40 webinars. It's a lot of material because there's sections of your body that get addressed during ascension. I sometimes feel like Mozart, like, oh my God, I created all this material, but I'm a little bit ahead of my time, but it really will be appreciated at some point. We know what herbal supplements can help you, and this is my approach to herbal supplements, any kind of supplements. So we're talking about essences, we're talking about the elemental realm, we're talking about things down to their basics, such as, the basic element. Like, if you take iron, iron is an element that you can find on a periodic chart in any high school, and yet it's something that's vitally needed for your bones, your blood, your oxygenation of all your tissues. It's a vital component, right? But it's not always digestible. I can't just hand you a rusty pipe and say, here, chomp on that. Get all the iron you need. It has to be in a usable form. So there's ways that I recommend people get iron. A lot of times in Whole Foods, it makes it easy to pump that up a little bit, give your body the building blocks it needs. Essences, supplements, herbal formulations. I've got it right down to a science, which cuts a lot of the guesswork out for you. And we get results because those results are kind of like this. You're hanging on to the old paradigm, and your energy is here and saying, okay, let go, let go. And you're like, I'm ready to let go. And you let go and you're like, okay, that's essentially what we're doing in our webinars. We are helping you gradually transition out of that old level up to the new, where you're like, okay, I've got this. Now maintain it. And we teach you how to maintain that. And we teach you how to keep this rolling for yourself, because being a healthy person who is intended for love, that's the very first reason that you were awakened in the first place. Wait, excuse me, you have something here. There's something blocking your third eye. Oh, wait, we can fix that, because being able to get things out of your eyes, out of your vision, reset, how do you stop seeing all the crap, all the misinformation? I'll tell you how. By direct experience, because when you do the work with me, you have experiences. Everyone who joins, and I open up the mic and the camera and I'm like, hey, anyone have an experience or something that they want to talk about? Oh my God, we love talking about our dreams. There's dream time. There is question and answer. Ask something, get it interpreted, find out, get some live on the spot, what will help that. Everyone's a little bit different. Now, the general ascension trajectory is going to be similar in the sense that you want to be able to get out ancestral things, generational things, and here is what you're opening: your love vibes, your higher heart connections, your love connections, because love connections are what support you. Have you forgotten ancient spiritual things that you could do about your money situation, your money and your finances? Those two are a love connection. And we will be going into another Venus retrograde, which means that is going to be the focus. It's going to be feminine health, love, homes, love, finances, love. Okay. Love has to be in the middle, and all these things revolve around it, and they have to be in harmony. We are having a huge planetary alignment towards the end of this month. So if you are interested, I have a webinar starting on February 9th. It's a Sunday, 9 a.m. Central. The link is down below, and I know that you'll find it worth it. Do not be nervous. I don't make you turn on the camera. If you have an appointment or a gathering and you have to go, I will send you the recording. And we meet for 3 Sundays in a row. This helps you in the energies, because every energy is changing from moon cycle to moon cycle. For women, this is highly significant for your personal female cycles of the old way versus the new way. So it's more than just menstruation. Okay, I know people don't like to hear that. It's more than your womanly cycles. It's going to be, how do you feel? Do you feel crappy, fatigued, out of energy? Do you feel like maybe something's not really right? How does this tie in with your twin flame? So there's a lot of people that like to be in denial, or they heard about some kind of cult. Listen, cults have been there throughout history. If you're drawn to it, chances are it's in your root, and I've got to help you unplug that thing. Let's get on it, because can you afford to be foolish, really? I mean, let's really take a look at this. Major changes, massive collective grief, things are breaking down, negligence is all around. Do you want to get yourself up to a new level? And believe me, I wish to God I could prevent some things. But this is the gift that God has given me, is to help people who are, you know, willing to do and be proactive and are curious and want to be able to heal from the past. That's my gifts. That is my specialty, is to help you ascend out of that. By the way, I always offer prayers, and for anyone who is in grief, I'm praying for you. I just want to say that for many of us, we are collapsing our parallel lives. This is a part of parallel lives collapsing. It's sometimes it will bring attention to negligence, to gross negligence, but the spirits concerned go to Chiron for major healing, because this is not an easy thing, and people don't just whip around into another reincarnation. They get healed. They get healed off planet. Many of you have gotten major off planet healing in order to be here. And that's not really known. And yet you may be able to see it if we clear your third eye and get the love in there, so that you can see what are the things that you were together for. What are the good lives that you had? What do you need to discard? What happened to your peoples? And get to discard that. So I hope that this makes it clearer, because a lot of people are you should focus on whatever your immediate life is. You do have needs. Of course you do. Your soul understands that, but your soul needs your expansion as well. And this is what makes it hard for people, because they get stuck, or they're in pain, or they have, like I'm saying, for women, you could be going through the low T. You feel like an elder person way before your time. You feel older than your age. And I can tell you that when you work with the new light body, you're actually doing something to rejuvenate and slow down the aging process and feel younger, because it's in how you feel loved. It's in how you feel youthful, vital, strong, supple, lover-like. Okay. Now, we have a lot of things this month. It is Valentine's Day. It is alignment of the planets. And we're going to be wrapping it up right around the new moon. And that always, to me, it feels like people are plunging in. So if you have questions, reach out to me and check us out at twinflamereconnection.com. Just because other people have made a mess of stuff doesn't mean that you can afford that. Okay? So let us know. We're here. And today is my 11th anniversary on YouTube. So happy anniversary to me. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back with more. Bye now.